Hello Libra, so I'm doing your weekly reading for November the 11th to the 18th. I'm going to take a look into what is going on in your situation, find out why it's happening. We'll take a look at what's going on in your blind spot. We'll figure out what it is that's working for you. And of course, we're going to take a look at how it's all likely going to play out for you as well. Now, Libra, I do apologize in advance for the fireworks that's going off in the background. I don't really have a choice not to get your reading done, okay? I have tried and, been patiently waiting for everyone to get all the fireworks and shit out of their system. It just seems to be going on and on and on, though, with like no end in sight, and I just really don't want your reading going out late, okay? So I'm gonna get this done and hope that the microphone doesn't pick up too much noise from outside. Right, so what is going on for your current situation? You have the desert of isolation. And it says, traverse the desolate spaces of solitude to uncover reflections and resilient survival, right? So that one is all about the hermit energy, okay? Going into hermit mode so that you can really take time to think outside of all of the noise and the hustle and bustle, and so that you can get away from other people's opinions, unsolicited advice, that sort of thing, okay? It's that point within yourself where you can just really hear your own thoughts, where you can just think, listening to your higher self, okay? However you prefer to say it. And that's the desert of isolation. And for other people right now, Libra, you could be coming across as being very sort of quiet, definitely. You could be getting misjudged at the moment for being secretive. And that's the thing, it's like you're not being secretive at all. You're just introspecting, right? Yeah. You're strongest overall message, fully immersed. Everything you want is all around you, just waiting for you to see it, right? So that is about the gratitude attitude, right? And with this one being your strongest overall energy, I do feel that there is something coming through this week for you guys where it really does put you in this mindset of, oh, I'm so glad that happened, right? It's that grateful energy. Let's take another look at that one. Can you tell us more about fully immersed? For Libra, everything that you want is all around you. So it's almost as if you just need to step back from society temporarily so that you can see all of the blessings that are already around you. Can you tell us more about fully immersed for Libra, please? Fully immersed. What is going on with this energy? Interesting. So as true to what's going on for you right now, Libra, the deck is being quiet, right? And like I said, with that desert of isolation coming through, that's pretty much true to character for you at this moment in time. Right, let me see. Oh, okay. So there's a little bit of movement going on. Whoa, there it is. Oh, okay. Random. So, yeah. We did get a couple of cards that landed in my lap. I don't feel that they're part of the reading, though. I feel that that's part of the chaotic energy that's going on around you. I always pay very close attention to everything that goes on during the reading, right? Because it is part of your read. And with that being the strongest overall message, I definitely am picking up on a lot of chaos, okay? And it feels like it's coming from other people rather than an internal energy. It's almost as if everybody's wanting a piece of you this week, Libra, and you just don't have it to give. So you've gone and retreated into your shell. Just kind of making it obvious, but without actually saying the words to people. I'm not available right now. And then you've got the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. And I feel that that's other people's negativity that you're trying to escape from. I definitely do. Others bringing you their problems, their issues at this moment in time, and you just don't have the bandwidth to accommodate other people's shit right now. To be completely honest with you, Libra, it's like I'm saying, like, I have to pay attention to what the energy is conveying to me during your reading, okay? Yeah, you're fully immersed in what it is that you've got going on what it is that you're needing right now. And it definitely feels like you're... it's not like you're rejecting others. I don't think that's the right way to phrase it, but I can't think of a better way of saying it right now. It's not that you're rejecting others, you're just taking a break from others right now. Okay, so for this desert of isolation, you've got the Knight of Wands, the Star, and the World. Yeah. I mean, I love that combination there. Libra, you're on the precipice of something huge. Okay, you're on the precipice of a massive breakthrough, of massive success, whatever the word success means specifically for you, because again, everybody's different. We've all got different opinions of what success looks like. It's your wish fulfillment, though. This is something that you've been working towards for the longest time with this Knight of Wands, okay? You're on the verge of a huge breakthrough. Now, it could be a breakthrough at work or with your career. A breakthrough with your own personal growth, okay? There's definitely material wealth here as well. I mean, you're looking at some sort of stardom. The combination of these two can be famous, well-known, highly regarded, okay? It's all about thinking bigger and then thinking bigger again, okay? That's this energy with the Star and the World. Libra, something that you're doing right now, something that you're working on right now, something that's very, very important to you and that has been taking up the vast majority of your time on a day-to-day basis. It's really paying off for you here, okay? I see with this message, something that you're doing is going to reach around the world almost, okay? Like, I cannot stress enough, the combination of these two indicates fame, right? You're in the right headspace for it, Libra. You're definitely in the right headspace for it. And that's the thing with that kind of energy. Not everybody can cope with that. Not everybody can handle that, because it takes a certain type of person to be able to handle that sort of renown or fame, okay? Again, whichever one of this that we're looking at here. It isn't for everybody, okay? You're definitely in the right headspace for it. I feel, Libra, as well, that you've got a very good reputation, and your reputation is increasing. However, there's exponential growth that's going on. So there's exponential growth pertaining to your own reputation, but also exponential growth pertaining to something that you're currently working on, something that you're doing, okay? It's very, very meaningful for you. It has purpose, that there is a huge point to what it is that you're doing. Also, Libra, with these three energies, I do definitely sense that there is another individual who's taken a shine to you as well. It might be a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. It could be an Aquarius also, okay? Now, you do have all of the 4 fixed signs here. I'm mostly picking up on the fire energy, so that would be Leo and Aquarius, okay? Because again, Aquarius is a fixed sign. The World is all of the 4 fixed signs. I'm not feeling that Taurian or the Scorpion essences very, very strongly. I'm feeling the Aquarian and the Leo essences more strongly. Okay, that could be their Venus placements, it could be your Venus placement. Again, just take it as it resonates. But there is a lust here that this individual has towards you, but it's not a lust for, you know, being like sexual with you or anything. It's not that kind of lust. It's a lust to get close to you. It's a lust for that sort of intimacy that's more on like the emotional level and the intellectual one. Although this person is definitely sexually attracted to you, like that goes without saying, there's a lot more to how they feel about you than just that. Okay, this is not the type of person who is just wanting to be associated with you because of your success. So they're not going to try and ride off your coattails of success or anything like that. I'm not getting like a user or a creepy ass stalker, nothing like that. This is genuinely somebody who is definitely very, very interested in you. They're wanting to get closer to you, and they just want to love you. Okay, so yeah, a lot of really interesting developments that's going on this week for you, Libra. And in the meanwhile, your energy is very much, you know what, I just need to retreat within my own shell for a hot minute because I got so much shit that I need to figure out. So yeah, you are being quite quiet at this point in time. Okay, so why is all of this happening? Small steps. It says the small wins, the small triumphs, the everyday victories, celebrate them. They will take you there, right? So it's like small bite-sized chunks towards your goals, towards your targets. So all of this is happening this week, Libra, as a reminder for you to slow down and make sure that you process and or digest everything appropriately before you make your next move. Okay, every decision that you make this week, it needs to be made consciously and carefully. Okay, this is not going to be the week for any sort of spontaneity, right? Even though being spontaneous sometimes is a very good thing, for you guys this week, Libra, being spontaneous is not going to work in your favor. It might actually go to your detriment, okay? Because everything this week is a reminder for you guys to slow down, small steps. And that includes even things that you do on a day-to-day basis, okay? If you drive, if you have to drive to work, if you're driving anywhere, in fact, or traveling anywhere, make sure that you leave a lot earlier than what you would normally do, okay? Give yourself more additional travel time, okay? It's all about preparation being the key here, okay? And with it being small steps, that's definitely slow and steady wins the race. For any sort of anything that's on your schedule that's got a deadline to it, make sure that you're giving yourself extra time than what you normally give yourself, okay, to complete those tasks so that you can meet your deadlines. Because I'm kind of getting the feeling for you guys this week, again with that chaos energy that was going on, that there might be a few situations where you'd be like, shit, I just wish that I wasn't being rushed right now. I just wish that I had more time to do this or more time to think about this, okay? It definitely feels like it's going to be that kind of week. So if you can jump ahead of the energy, as it were, and just make sure that you're giving yourself that little bit of extra time beforehand, then you're going to be absolutely golden. Okay, right, can you tell us more about why? Thank you. Okay, the Two of Pentacles. Now these have both come out squiffy. You got the Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, right? I'm trying to think who else had that one. I think it was Aries, where they also had the message about how their worst fears or their worst nightmares are not gonna come true and not going to manifest into reality, and yet they were worried about it anyway. You're getting a really similar message here, Libra. So maybe you have Aries placements in your own chart. You might want to go check out that reading. The Two of Pentacles coming out squiffy, that's feeling overwhelmed. Okay, so why are you being forced to slow down? Why are you being kind of forced to retreat inwards into your own shell this week? Because you were getting overwhelmed, and you were running the very real risk of basically manifesting negativity, manifesting unhelpful scenarios, situations, energies to gravitate towards you. Okay, you were running the risk of what is it they say, that self-fulfilling prophecy? Yeah, it's that. So Spirit's stopping you in your tracks here from manifesting anything bad, anything negative, because you were definitely getting overwhelmed. You were definitely not feeling yourself. You were feeling out of sorts, okay? So yeah, this healing process, this pause time, this slow down time, it has been forced upon you, Libra. Go with it. Okay, rather than trying to force yourself to get through and push through like how you'd normally do, go with it. Okay, just slow down, just as Spirit is wanting for you to do here. Okay. So, what is going on in your blind spots? New worlds. Wow. There may be many more things for you to discover, so don't give up. And it's in your blind spot. This proper feels to me, Libra, like there are very many brand new adventures waiting right around the corner for you. Okay. And in order for you to fully enjoy these new adventures that are coming through for you, you need to be in the right headspace, right? New worlds. There are new worlds to explore, new ways of living to discover here. Can you tell us more for Libra? Libra's blind spot, please. Thank you. Okay, what's this one? The Hermit, and that, as you can see, has come out really, really scattered, right? It's not quite reversed, but it's almost there, right? So, again, this one is about being quiet, but it's introspective. However, with the orientation that it came out in, I'm understanding this as you were unaware, Libra, that you were basically blaming yourself for a lot of things that weren't actually your fault, that weren't actually anything to do with you. You were burdening the responsibility, the emotional responsibility for certain things that you shouldn't ever have been bearing responsibility for. And so I feel that this, because it's in your blind spot to clarify new worlds, you're going to be releasing all of this emotional turmoil that up until this point has been holding you back, and it's been holding you back subconsciously because it's in your blind spot. You're going to be surrendering all of that and releasing all of that. And it might be quite a painful process, and I can also feel as well that someone is crying, but it's tears of relief, it's tears of surrender, it's very, very healing tears, rather than someone feeling sorry for themselves. Okay, it's someone who is just absolutely allowing all of that pent-up energy to just flow, and it's so healing. So I don't know if someone's doing that right now, or if they're kind of feeling like all welling up. Again, let it flow. Okay. And as you're letting those tears flow, just understand here that something wasn't your fault, and you've been harboring the weight of that responsibility for such a long time. And I swear that once you've released that back up to the universe, a brand new world is just going to open up for you. And then, you'll start to see everything in your life so much differently, with so much more clarity, with so much more vibrancy. And it just, you know, it's kind of like, off you go, Libra. Like, the world is now your oyster, right? There is nothing that you cannot do now, okay? Like, you're completely free, which is so beautiful, especially when you consider that sort of weird ass, restricted yet chaotic type of energy that we opened up your reading with. Do you know what I mean? How the cards refused to speak for a while, and then all of a sudden they all just sort of, right? It made a mess, right? It might have looked very unprofessional from your viewpoint, but from my viewpoint, it's like, yeah, okay, I know exactly what's going on here. That's literally just the card speaking to me. That's the energy speaking to me, right? It certainly wasn't unprofessional at all. It's just the language of energy, right? But you've had to basically live and try and grow in amongst all of that chaos, right? Which is a really difficult thing to do. So it just goes to show pretty much what you guys have been dealing with. Okay, so what is working for you right now? Be here now. Yeah. Again, similar to the Aries reading that we've done. Practice mindfulness to be present in the moment and gain insight. Okay, so again, it's a very meditative state. I love that word because it makes me pause and think, have I said that right? Meditative. It seems like there be a lot of titties in that word. Be here now, in the present moment, okay? And that's really going to help you to sort of analyze everything and, you know, come up with a plan and all that good stuff. Can you tell us more about what is going to work for Libra this week, please? What is going to work for Libra? The Ten of Wands, there's that heavy burden. And the Eight of Pentacles, yeah, you've got to work on everything that's weighing you down. Okay, Libra. That's it. It's shadow work. It's Spirit's kind way, gentle way of saying, Libra, do that shadow work this week. Make your shadow work, which is just like your inner work, a priority this week. Look at all of the things about yourself, the memories, everything that you don't particularly want to look at. Okay, it's time for you to look at those things. It's time for you to make peace with those things, right? And make that a priority, definitely. Okay, they're also saying when it comes down to your work, your job, your career, your finance building, be cautious that you're not burning the candle at both ends here, okay? Make sure that you're not overextending yourself in any capacity this week, Libra, because again, this is not going to be the week for that, okay? This is going to be the week for you to rein it in a little bit and to really make you a priority. How is this all likely going to play out? We kind of already knew that one was going to come out, didn't we? Because we've already said it a couple of times during your reading, Libra. Your likely end result is going to be crystal of clarity. Illuminate your path with openness and insight, readying yourself for a newfound understanding of content. Clearer way of thinking. Everything that you look at, it's like the colours are going to be more vibrant. Your thought is going to be a lot less cluttered, far more clear. You are going to feel like you've got far more direction. And there's assertiveness that's coming through as well. There's a beautiful, healthy level of assertiveness that I definitely feel a lot of you guys have been sorely lacking. Okay. So yeah, stepping into your absolute power. The Five of Swords reversed, overcoming your adversities, right? It's no longer feeling intimidated by anyone, like literally stepping into your true power. The Five of Swords reversed, no longer feeling like you constantly have to battle with others. No longer feeling like others are just trying to be argumentative or anything like that. You're genuinely no longer going to feel like you're under constant attack. Okay, because I do get the impression, again, going back to that chaos at the start of your reading, you felt for a while that you've been under some sort of attack. And in a way, yeah, I kind of guessed that you were. Because when you've got a lot of chaotic people around you, that is akin to like a psychic attack, an energetic attack, right? Because energy is contagious. I'll say that until the day I die. Energy is contagious, for better or worse, right? And when you're surrounded by a lot of chaos, you are going to be picking some of that up yourself. If you surrender, yes, you do need to surrender the chaotic influences. If you surround yourself with individuals who just are constantly negative and constantly complain about everything, you're going to start to feel like shit yourself, right? And then you'll start picking up on their bad habits. So, yeah, you're doing away with all of that. Like, again, you're sending all of that right back up to the universe with the Five of Swords reversed. It's absolutely beautiful. And now the deck's gone quiet again, which is really interesting. There's a lot of quiet contemplation that's coming from your energy, and it's actually really, really good, Libra, because it means that that you've recognized that something's been off in your life for a while, and only now are you actually getting to grips with it all and with what it all means as well. Okay, so the Queen of Cups, it's an interesting one. You've got the King of Pentacles also, and that one did come out in the upright, and then you've got a couple of these that were a little bit weird, which is the Moon and the High Priestess. And the way that these two came out, you would have seen yourself. They came out off center. They were squiffy, scattered energy, the Moon and the High Priestess. This is you being more in control of your own energy. I am going to clarify this in a minute, but I do feel, and I don't want you guys freaking out and panicking, okay, that there was some sort of energy manipulation that was going on with the Moon and the High Priestess. Whenever they come out of the deck in a scattered orientation, it means that somebody was doing some shit that they should never have been doing, okay? Going against spiritual laws, that sort of thing. Manipulating the energies in a negative sense of the word. But again, I do not want you guys freaking out and panicking about that, okay? It's not going to resonate for all of you. I can tell you it's not going on now. It was up until recently going on, okay? But it's no longer going on. You are being protected from any sort of negative intentions that are being sent your way, okay? Like I said, I will clarify that one before I take a closer look at these two here, because there could also have been a romantic situation, okay? I mostly feel for those who are already aware that some sort of energy fuckery was going on. It was basically love spells, okay, where somebody was trying to put like attraction magics on you. Yeah, they shouldn't have done that. You can do love spells within spiritual law as long as it's not directed to a specific person. Like, you can do energy callings to encourage more love into your life, right? That's definitely allowed. When shit like that is directed towards a specific person, such as I want my ex back love spells. Like, they are absolutely not fucking allowed ever, right? So somebody has tried to do that on you, Libra. It has not been successful. Okay, I can tell you that much. And yes, that would have contributed to a bit of chaotic energy that you've been picking up on. Okay, can you tell us more about this moon and the High Priestess, please, for Libra? Thank you. Yeah, see, I told you, didn't I? It was about love spells, so I was right. I was right. That's like one of your exes, Libra, has been trying to get you back through energy manipulations that has not worked. Again, don't worry about it, okay? I don't want anybody worried about it or being overly anxious about it. It has not worked, and it is not going to work, okay? If they are currently doing this right now, which I doubt it, then it's not going to work, okay? Why is it not going to work? Because it's not allowed. It's going against spiritual laws, right? Now, let's take a look at this Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles, because I definitely feel, Libra, that there is a significant romantic relationship here that is growing from strength to strength. Okay, so if you're already happily with someone, then that relationship is going to go up to the next level. Okay, if you're currently in talks with someone new, it's very likely that the person that you're in talks with at the moment is your person, right? And of course, if you're totally single and there's nobody on the radar for you yet, there very soon will be. And they are going to be the one that is your lifelong partner, basically. Even though they're of different suits, it's not a problem, right? It just indicates that this person is different from your usual type, which can only be a good thing. Right? Because normally we discover when we do our shadow work that actually our normal type that we're attracted to are actually really unhealthy for us, right? So the fact that you're going to find yourself in a relationship with an individual that is not of your usual type, that just shows growth, right? Yeah, Three of Cups. You meet them through a mutual friend. There's like a setting up by your friends, or a friend of a friend, right? That sort of thing. A group of friends are involved with you meeting this individual. Okay. Meet them at a party, a celebration, a christening, someone else's wedding here. Okay, think along those lines, and there's your Leo energy. Strength. You're going to know that you've made it. Okay, listen to the King of Cups. Another king. Yeah, there's definitely love triangle energy that's going on. Like, without a doubt, without a question. Knight of Cups, yeah. This one here is part of that love triangle. Okay, so you receiving a romantic offering, multiple romantic offerings at around about the same sort of time. So again, it's no wonder that you're like that with everybody. Do you know what? I just want everyone to leave me the fuck alone for a couple of days because I'm not dealing with this right now, right? It's no wonder that you feel that way, because you definitely do feel that at the moment everybody's wanting a piece of you, right? Okay, let's take a look at a healing message. Right, we have a healing message for Libra. I will apologize beforehand, Libra. This deck, I struggle to shuffle any deck that is not rectangle shape because of the issues that I get with my hands, right? So you will have to forgive me for the chronically awful shuffling here. Okay, can we have a healing message for Libra? But I guess that's not really important though, is it? It's getting the messages out that's the important thing. Okay, fears. Let's take a look. fears. Okay. So I'll hold that up nice and close for you so that you can see that. And it says, fear is a gateway to courage. In its presence, I discover my inner strength, resilience, and potential. I face my fears with open arms, knowing that they hold the key to growth and transformation. With each step forward, I embrace discomfort and uncertainty, knowing that they lead to profound self-discovery. Fear is not my enemy, but my ally, propelling me towards greatness. Today, I rise above my fears, embodying courage, determination, and unwavering faith in myself. Bright soul, heed this divine truth. Your fears are not your foe, but instead a compass guiding your journey. Embrace their whispers, not with trembling, but with the recognition and certainty of your own strength. Within their shadowy depths, dormant power waits for you to draw upon it. Let your fears be your forge of your resilience and the crucible of your growth. Do not give in to whispers that speak of restrictions and limitations. Instead, harness the power within you to soar higher and overcome all doubts. Remember always your divinity and transcend the suffocating grasp of your fears. Acknowledge them, understand that you are allowed to be afraid, but then embrace your fears and watch as they transmute into the force propelling you towards your destiny. Fear is a force as ancient as the mountains, but many fail to understand that its power lies in the present moment. Face your fears head on. When you allow the fear of an unknown future to cast a shadow over your present, it dims the light of your potential. Ground yourself in the here and now, like roots anchoring a mighty tree. Take decisive action, for it's in that moment that your fears lose their grip. Trust in your innate resilience like the earth endures the fiercest storms. Even if your fears are realized, you will recover, continue to grow, and even thrive. Seize each moment as an opportunity to shape your future, for it's in the present that your future takes form. Okay, and then your shadow work message with this reading. Human, why do you constantly strive to be fearless? Why do you judge those who voice their fears and label them as negative? It is foolish to believe that you can be or should be without fear, not to mention exhausting. Fear is as vital as the air that you breathe. Fear sharpens your instincts, it ignites caution and fuels growth. If you feel it, acknowledge its presence, do not dismiss it, but also do not allow it to shackle your spirit. Instead, wield it as a tool for discernment. Wisdom is knowing that there is a difference between rational caution and irrational dread, and understand that discomfort is an opportunity to progress. For beyond its threshold lies transformation, but be aware the poison of excessive fear, for it paralyzes action and it stifles potential. Cultivate a balanced relationship with fear by allowing it to guide but not to dominate. It is not the absence of fear that defines strength, but the mastery of it. Wow. Yeah. Courage and bravery is not the absence of fear. It's feeling that fear and facing it anyway. And that's different from the kind of like survival fear, right? It's completely different. That's more specifically about you not attempting anything new because you're afraid that you might fail. It's that kind of fear. It's like, fuck that. Try it. Give it a shot. Give it your best shot and see what happens. Right? But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.